Word.
Surprise!
All right. One, two, three.
I'll go ahead and introduce myself.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right.
Go ahead. Yo, matter of fact, I'll do it for you. I'll
Okay.
get you started. All right. One, two, three. All right, guys. I guess you ain't know your boy is here. Guess who you think? Who's here? It's your boy
Casey,
Casey in here, man.
aka Coffee.
AKA Coffee.
Justin Bieber too.
the young, the young JB. Yo, so Casey, what up, man? What brings you to this parts of the woods, man?
I don't know. I'm just trying to, I think it's cool to be able to have a mentor like you. So you have 5 years experience. I don't have anyone around me that's into web development. So
Nice, nice, nice. So where you from, Casey?
Clickitat, Washington, really, really small town with like 500 people in it. I'm originally from Montana, but I'm like where all the Hicks live at.
Casey's from the part of town where it's like one person gets there, it's like everybody knows, like, yo, have you seen the guy that moved to the third street? Like, we've never seen that car before. Like,
Yeah, no, that's like really how it is. When I had a job, I was like driving down the street. It was like 2 in the morning. Like a meth head comes running across the street. I'm like, what was that? I was hit. It was like a deer. It's crazy, man.
you got meth heads and crackheads outside looking like
Yeah,
raccoons. It's like,
it's
oh,
crazy.
you jump over right one and you're like, oh yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
crackhead.
it's crazy around here. You think there wouldn't be that much crime because there's only 500 people, but there's tons of crime. It's messed
Yo,
up.
that's funny, man. So yeah, Casey. So we got your project here. We gotta
Mhm.
first look at the original project, right? So I'm gonna share my screen
All
to
right.
actually go over the project. So okay, so this is the project. This is the original project that we have here. Okay, so we got a header, we got a top slider, we got a couple of logos here. We got this Jordan here. We
Mhm.
got this couple of hats and a couple of sneakers and a button. This is a little bit more complicated because there's more working with positioning. Then from there we have here like a gallery section. Um, Another, I guess, gallery section. I don't know why they have multiples gallery sections, but yeah. So pretty much this how the project looks. Now let's come back to this. This is Casey's project. Casey, do you have a responsive? All right.
Mhm.
I see you started on this. From what you was telling me, you actually built this with React. So
Yeah, I was trying to, I'm good with jQuery and like JavaScript, but I wanted to challenge myself. You know what I mean? Like, what's the
yeah,
point of doing jQuery if I already know it? You see what I'm saying? So I got to
exactly.
challenge myself.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, man. Nah, this is looking good. I see. You got the slider. This is
Hmm.
pretty legit.
Except for it
You.
doesn't go in a complete circle, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean,
I just didn't finish it, but that's all right.
yeah, no, that's definitely fine, man. You know, only thing that I'm gonna say off the
Mhm.
bat, I wish you would have just, you know, try to finish one section
Yeah.
at a time. It's like,
Well, I was gonna be like, oh, this is like the bread and butter, so I wanted to finish it. Like two
yeah,
days ago, I only had those 2 sections at the bottom, but
yeah. So it's like, definitely like off the bat for the next one, what we're
Mhm.
gonna do is basically, even if you don't finish everything, at least try to finish like the header. The header should be,
Mhm.
right, right where it's supposed to be. Um, and then from there, jump to the next section, right? Because you
Yeah.
can't, you can't jump. You be like, hey man, I got something amazing here, but like the easiest part is like, I'll do it next time. You know what I mean? Like you gotta come in and finish this part, finish it one section at a time. Finish this, then jump to the next one.
Mhm.
So we're gonna look into what you got here. Okay, so the header, I see you started it. Pretty much you got the border at the bottom. This looks fine. You could definitely, let me see, maybe the font. Try to play around with the font. See if
Yeah,
you
that's
can find one. I
make
like
it
the fact
bigger. Yeah.
that you did the number here.
Mhm.
Came out fine. Came out good. I will say try to find the colors for each font. right? Like as you can see here, this search is a little bit grayish. And the idea behind this is that once you hover on top of it, then it becomes the same color as everything else here. So, or probably they have like a thing that is like a button. You click on that, and then the search input field shows up after.
Okay.
Right. So that's probably the idea that the designer has behind it.
Yeah.
Now, as far as this here, I don't know if it was because what do you do this on a 13-inch computer or?
Yeah, dude, I have a 13-inch computer. Like I'll be doing stuff on this computer, and I show it to someone else, and it's like super tiny compared to everybody else.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would try to, I don't know. I mean, do you have a monitor out there? You know, like try to get yourself a little monitor, right?
Yeah, like I have a MacBook, but I just need something bigger, more like realistic.
Yeah, you need like a just a regular monitor, 1080p monitor that you could connect to, and then from there that's it, you good, because most websites are being viewed on 1080p, or even if it's not 1080p, they'll be viewed on a retina screen, right? Or it's like almost every computer now is 1080p and above, right? So you want to be able to preview it on a big screen, or there's a website where you could actually say preview, let's say, or even I believe you could even do it with inspect. Okay, you could come here and do inspect, and the same way how you use for the phones, right? You can click there. You could come here and change this and put in edit it, right? So you could say, hey, I want to put in a custom. You see, you got laptop with HIDPI. I don't know what the hell is that, but why didn't just keep a regular thing? You can come here and say, hey, big monitor, right? So you could get an idea, even on your computer, which is small. You could come here and say, hey, 1920 by 1080 by 1080, right? And then you add that, and then now you come here and you say, okay, big monitor, show me a big monitor. So now you have an idea how it looks on a big monitor.
Yeah, that doesn't look that great.
Yeah, so I mean, and even at that, there's other ways that you could come here and like play around with it and just like so you could actually see like this is more of a realistic look of how your page looks on a 1080p monitor. All right, like that's exactly how it looks on my laptop, on my computer. So you want to actually do that, especially when you're working on
play with like a couple settings, do like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, so you put in, you find out which ones are the ones you got laptop with HIDPI, whatever. But yeah, you check that out, and pretty much it's like a preview of how it looks for a bigger screen. Okay, so definitely do that. I love the slider. I love the fact that you went all out and decided to create the slider itself. All right. So it's cool because you challenge yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing this in React. Okay, the logos, I would say, as you can see here, the logos are definitely smaller than what you have here. Like these logos are pretty huge. So
kind of draws your eye to them, huh? Instead of like the actual product. Like instead of looking up at the banner, you want the person to look at the Jordans, not the banner.
Exactly. So it's like you look at these logos, you just make them. If you would have went in there and made each one to be like much smaller than what it is currently right now, like let's say banner image, let's say with 50%. Let's see, that should work.
You're dealing with me though. Nothing that I make works.
Yeah, but no, it could definitely work. Display. Let me see. Block. Wonder why the width is not working on it. You got banner image. Okay, so you got 20% on. Oh, okay. I see what you did. So you put 20% on each one, so they could
Just 100%.
Yeah, they could go in there and basically fill the whole page. Okay, I see what you did.
Probably
So
not the smartest though.
I mean, what you should have done, maybe put in like at 10% and then add, another 10 different logos. You see, so it actually looks better like that. It's just missing logos. Like if you added more logos, then it would have continued. Okay. Now for this area right here, I see you got some of it done in some sections of it. So let me see.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, because I think your screen size was this. This was the screen size that you had.
Yeah.
So I'll keep it like that for now. And let me see. All right. So yeah, you got that part. The button, you should try to make it exactly.
It goes in too deep, huh?
Yeah, you gotta.
I know. I was like, what the heck kind of button is that?
Yeah, you gotta go in there and make it exactly how it is. It's just pretty much you come in here, background red. I don't know why you got an orange background.
Oh, I copied and pasted off other project.
Yeah, so let me see. Take all that stuff. Box shadow.
Time constraints, man.
Yeah,
but that's how the real world is.
Yeah, so that's how it is. So you got that, right? So you got this pick them up button. That's fine. All you have to do is just remove the border radius, remove all that stuff. Just background red. Make the same size that's here, and just play around with it. It doesn't have to be exactly alike, but just play around with it. Now, for this section right here, what I would do, I mean, you didn't have to go in and put in the lines, the separators, but what I would have done is, instead of using a certain width, like how you did, I think you put in by, let me see, you use LIs. Okay, ULs and LIs, all right. And then what's the width of this? 212. So it's supposed to be perfect squares. So if you wanted perfect squares, you would do height 212. Right? And then so it could be perfect squares, how the image is. And then inside of it, you will say on the images themselves, you will come in and we'll say with, let's say 65%, right? And then what you would do is you will go in there and use like flex boxes to center it inside of that box. And then that's it. Then that would have been done. Of course, this button gotta be red. It gotta be red. Yeah, this kid.
Look at that guy on the right. I even did the background like that.
Now, let me see. From here, it should have been that part. So,
yeah, I kind of, because I was like, man, I really want to get that, because I thought that'd be the bread and butter. The way I was thinking, like most people be like, oh, they want to get more of the project done, which, some would agree or disagree. But I was like, I want to get the carousel done because I feel like that was more of a challenge to me. Like I can look at that stuff that you had on that where was it? It was a little what was it? It was like two pictures, like one index was on top of the other index.
Yeah.
And you can position them and then they can move like this as it gets smaller, like overlap each other. I mean, I could have done that, but I just kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. I thought doing the carousel would be a little bit more of a challenge to me. But that's why I skipped it. But it would probably make more sense to do it in order.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely understand what you was trying to do. You basically you're like, okay, I somewhat got already HTML, CSS down, so I want to really focus on the JavaScript. So I want to challenge myself and do something that's going to challenge myself. So I definitely understand that. What I would say is you just gotta, finish one section at a time, right? Even if you would have came in and said, okay, I'm not gonna do anything below, like let's say the first 3 sections, right? I told everybody this the same thing I told everybody. Just focus on the first 3 sections, right? If you came in and you said, okay, I got this header perfect. Okay, that's the easiest part of the whole website. All right. Then from there, this is the hardest part. Okay. So then, okay, this is the hardest part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this. Then I'm gonna finish this area, which is the logos. And then after finishing the logos, I'm gonna come back here, and all my my time that I'm gonna come in is I'm gonna spend it on this because I know this is gonna take me a long time, right? So you want to do the things that are easy to get it done as soon as possible, because even if a client comes to you, right, and the client tells you, hey man, it's like there's 2 weeks for you to finish this project, right? But then you say, okay, this is gonna be super hard, right? It's gonna be super hard for me to finish it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend all my time on this. So let's say 2 weeks go by, and then you still haven't finished the website, and you come back to the client and you show the client everything on the website is bad, and then this area is not 100% complete.
It's still bad.
You know what I mean? It's not 100% complete. Then what happens is the person's gonna be like, "Yo, what the hell? Like, this is what you've been doing for 2 weeks." So then they're gonna be pissed off. But if you're smart and you do it in a smart way, you're gonna finish the easier parts to get that part done, right? You're gonna finish the header, finish the logo, right? Finish as much as you can that is gonna be easy, and then come back to the parts that are gonna be hard. So like that, when the client comes in, you be like, "Hey, I got the whole website. I need more time." Like as you can see, I finished everything for you, but this part takes more time, so I need more time. So now the client or even your boss is gonna be like, "Okay, he's right. This thing can be done in 2 weeks. This thing's gonna be done in 3 weeks, 4 weeks,
an extra week or whatever." So
exactly.
So at least they'll see, oh, he has 90% of the website done, instead of like, I just stayed on the hard part. Now I have 20% of the website, and the part that you're working on is not even done.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying. You know what I mean? So, but I really appreciated that you came through, man.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna leave it to the peoples. The peoples is gonna decide, who's gonna stay, who's gonna go. Somebody already pretty much they X'd themselves out. They pretty much didn't show up. You know what I mean? They got swiped. You know what I mean? So, so there's nothing that we can do about them. We could just, give them a little pat in the back, and it's like a little bird. It's like, here you go, birdie, fly, and it's like it falls off the tree. That's not on us, So it's like we're not responsible. We're not responsible for that bird. You know what I mean? But yeah, Casey, man, listen, next week we're gonna let the people decide who's gonna stay, who's gonna go.
Okay.
But next week I want you to come back. If the people decide for you to stay and they want you in, they want you to go hard, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in and you're gonna listen to what I just told you. You're gonna finish one section, section by section.
Yeah.
Right. So it's up to you. All right. So I'll see you next week. Listen, tomorrow, come back in. I'm basically, like, what I'm doing is I'm taking this video, I'm editing it, right? And then from there, making exactly, make it nice, put in, I'm gonna come in and be like, yo, I'm gonna show you right now. This is the video that I wanted to put like for you when you came in. Let me see, where is it?
Probably something goofy. A cup of coffee, huh? With my face in it or something.
Oh man, where is it?
I'm only 19.
I'm only 19.
That's hilarious. That's so funny. He tells like elaborate story, and then I'm with you. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, man. I can't find it, man. But it's gonna be funny, man. You're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be like, yo, this freaking Joe, he done did it again, man. No, but it's good to see you, man. You know
Yeah,
what?
you too.
Also, too, even after this, like, yo, whenever you can, and I do another podcast, a live podcast, come through, come chill. You know, because you're always in the chat. If you got a camera and you got a mic, come through, come hang out with us too.
I'll come on your next podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just really shy.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna see you later, Casey. Thank you for coming through, man. All right,
man.
Take care.